movies with more diversity make more money, with more women they make more money, so it's all got to change at some point. Well, no, because I decided when I was 3 that I wanted to be an actor in movies. I don't know what I saw at 3 that made me know that that was a job you could get, but that was it. I always wanted to be an actor. But no, it was, my parents subscribed to a magazine when I was a kid that I would read, and I remember there was an article, maybe when I was 12 or something, that said, it was called something like, "Feminists are ruining the world." And I'd never heard that term before, and it seemed horrible. Whatever this is, it's a horrible thing. And all I know is, whatever that is, I never want to be a feminist, because it was so negative. And then it wasn't until I was an adult and, you know, obviously learned so much more that I realized, well, of course I'm a feminist. Now I understand whoever that was writing that, you know, had a, you know, an opinion I completely disagree with, so. You know, Thelma and Louise really changed my life, being in that movie, because I got to experience the reaction that mostly women, but men too, had to that movie. It struck people very powerfully. It really struck a nerve with people, and made me realize, wow, we give women so few opportunities to feel inspired by female characters. No, you know why? Because really what I do more is private advocacy. What I decided I wanted to do when I discovered this problem with children's media having so few female characters in it, I decided I wanted to get the data, not to educate the public and they would demand, you know, more roles for women. I would go privately to the creators directly and say, I think you didn't realize this. What do you think? Could you add more female characters? And it proved to be the perfect way to do it, because they don't feel threatened or shamed. It seems like people are desperate to say, now things have changed. You know, we're done. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And it has not happened. I mean, look at the percentage of female directors and anybody behind the camera, you know, as well as on screen. It's just rampant everywhere. So I never believe it when people say, now everything's better, you know, because it just isn't yet. And if you make this change, it will impact real life. I think it could really be transformative in the world. If we elevate the status of women on screen, it will happen in real life. I do. I agree with that, that estimation. It really galvanized women in a big way. Of course, it was right on the heels also of Me Too and Time's Up. Kind of everything happened at once. And you look at the Women's March the day after he got inaugurated. It was extraordinarily powerful. And I think women are different now. You know, I mean, as far as being motivated and getting each other's backs and really working for a change to happen. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible what it says. It's not just Trump. He's a symptom of what's already there. You know, you just don't see it as much. People were used to hide it more. Their misogyny and racism and all of that. And now he's just like unleashed it in everybody, and it's very ugly and discouraging. It really is. People are starting to do something about that, you know. For example, I have my own film festival in Deauville, Arkansas. We're getting ready for the 6th one coming up, and it's all about female representation and diversity, you know, every type of diversity. And we are making a policy that at least half of the reviewers that come to the festival need to be women and very diverse. And this, I don't know if you have this site here or use it, Rotten Tomatoes, but it's very popular in the United States for looking up reviews. And they are making big changes in their policy to add more women and minorities. Because, of course, if all movies are reviewed by men, they're going to like movies directed by men and about men. And if they're all white men, it's going to, you know, it's just going to perpetuate this horrible system that we have going on. Well, they say soon that the United States will not be majority white within the next 10 or 20 years. And so to have only half of white people, the men, be the important people, it makes absolutely no sense to cut everybody else out. And movies with more diversity make more money. With more women, they make more money. So it's all got to change at some point.